from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for the podcaster who wishes you schedule a trip to the Boysenberry Festival. I think it starts about a month from when I'm recording this, but I'm not positive. I prefer to just say Boysenberry. I don't know. I mean, I guess like so many things in my life, I don't know if anybody could relate. The concept, I'd like to be a person that, in my mind, I aspire to be a person that likes and eats boysenberries and goes to a boysenberry festival on paper. But if I was actually doing it, I don't know if it would be as pleasant. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to do it. And then if I did it, I'd probably be like, oh, this is what it is. So that's why I make a sleep podcast, to be honest. You may not relate to that exactly, but that's the kind of person that makes this sleep podcast. Conceptually, love boys. Like in a profile, loves boysenberry festivals. Loves festivals, festive things, all things boysenberry. So did strawberry shortcake hang with somebody named Boysenberry? Because there's strawberry shortcake. I don't even know who else. Peppermint Patty was friends with Charlie Brown. Anyway, Brain, I'm not even trying to start an intro to sleep podcast. This is just a warm up. Those are great questions. Maybe we'll look into them in a bit. But it's time for Sleep With Me, a podcast that's always going nowhere, never makes much sense, always never getting started. So if you're new, I'm so glad you're here. I really hope I can help. This is a silly little thing. I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff so you could fall asleep, to be your friend in the deep, dark night, and just see how it goes structurally. We got support. That's how we get to put the podcast out for free. That's how most people enjoy the show. Then a long, meandering intro, which is separate from the support. So I think I've already used up all my good meanders. Sorry. Maybe you could fall asleep early. But the intro is meant to wind you down, and then later on there'll be a story. I believe it will be me watching the movie Bring It on mute for the first time after reading up on the plot. So, yeah, that's welcome to, if you say, holy cow, I thought I was confused before. And you're right, I'm always confused. I may have confused you. Welcome to Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. But this is Scoots here. This is where ask you to, hey, if you think about signing up for Sleep With Me Plus at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, with just a few questions. If you're new to this show, just ignore this message. Or if you only listen to Sleep With Me occasionally, or it could be easily replaced by another show, not important. Do you listen to Sleep With Me regularly? Yes. But yeah, does it improve your life in any way at all? And would you miss Sleep With Me if we stopped making it? Like, how much would you be willing to give on an annual basis or a monthly basis to say, hey, go ahead, start that podcast back up? So this is a way of not doing that. I'm asking if the answers to those questions are yes. Yeah, you're a regular listener. Yes, Sleep With Me improves your life. Yes, I could and would pay for the show. If it was missing from my life, I'd pay to get it back. Or if you lost it, like you'd say, oh, where has my Sleep With Me podcast gone? Could you help me find it? And this is a reward, whatever, $120. I need my year of Sleep With Me back. Or you would find a way to support the show if you said, well, now I got to put up a poster. If the answers are yes, like I do need, we're kind of in that place right now, and the whole podcasting industry is in that place more or less, where it's like, hey, I really need you to think about supporting the show right now. If the answer is yes to those questions, so we don't have to go through, oh, where has my Sleep With Me podcast gone? Because I don't want that. I love making the show. It does take a team of people to make the show. So think about it. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. If you get a lot out of the show and you'd miss it and you'd say, oh, where has my Sleep With Me podcast gone? Sign up for sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And I'll thank you. Believe me, I'll send you a video and say thanks. Thanks so much. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. Do yourself a favor, go to helixsleep.com/sleep and take that Helix quiz. That was about 4 years ago that I took the Helix quiz, got matched with the Helix Dusk Luxe, which is a perfect mattress for me and the way I sleep. Because the thing is, the Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe collection, the newly released Helix Elite collection. They have a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, even a mattress made just for kids. And how would you know which one is going to fit you and your body? You just take that Helix sleep quiz. You find the perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. That personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. And Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home. That's why they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new mattress. And here's the thing. Everybody's unique. Everybody sleeps differently. And that is why Helix has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. You know, if you're like me, I sleep on my stomach and my side. I sleep hot, so I want to stay cool. And that's what happened. I took the quiz. I got matched with the Helix Dusk Luxe. I love my Helix Dusk Luxe, and the way I know is every time I leave town, I cannot wait to get back. That first night back in my Helix Dusk Luxe, it's like I'm in a state of sleep bliss. Not only is it the best mattress I've slept on, but setup is fast and easy. Helix mattresses are delivered in a box straight to your door for free. And Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep and use the code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet. It won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Support for Sleep With Me comes from Odoo. If you feel like you're wasting your time and money with your current business software, or just want to know what you could be missing, then you need to join the millions of other users who switched to Odoo. Odoo is the affordable, all-in-one management software with a library of fully integrated business applications that help you get more done in less time for a fraction of the price. To learn more, visit odoo.com/with me. That's odoo.com/with me. Odoo, modern management made simple. All right, everybody, it's time for the Sleepy Supporter Zone. The one part of the podcast I need you to hear is where I pop my peas, if you please, where I thank the listeners who supported the sponsors. And I wanted to thank Jess, who got a Helix sleep, took the Helix quiz, Helix Sunset with Queen, and then a Glacio Tex pillow top. I got to check out that Glacio Tex pillow top. I have the Helix Dusk Luxe myself, but thank you, Jess, for taking the Helix quiz, using our link, and supporting a sponsor. The show wouldn't exist without people like you. That's what the Sleepy Supporter Zone's all about. So thank you, Jess. Could not do it without listeners like you. If you want to be like Jess, wouldn't you love to hear your name on the Sleepy Supporter Zone, like Jess's name? If you do want to do that, fill out the form. It's like support a sponsor, take a quiz, try ZocDoc, take the Helix quiz, check out Air Doctor, Odoo, Progressive, and let me know about it. Fill out the form at sleepwithmepodcast.com/sponsors so we could thank you like Jess. That's the first part of the Sleepy Supporter Zone. The second part of the Sleepy Supporter Zone is you getting the support you need right now. I'm trying to do this whole thing faster. If you're in need of extra resources right now, including international resources, there's links in the show notes. It's about being a part of positive change, not just saying Black Lives Matter, not just saying stop AAP, I hate, not just saying support Ukraine, but taking action, learning more. You can do that as a part of your communities, how you choose. You can reach out to us and let us know what you're doing. Or you could join Sleep With Me in supporting the Midnight Mission in Los Angeles, the Trevor Project, and Hand in Hand. You could also use our show notes to learn more, or reach out. Let me know what positive changes you're participating in and being a part of. That's the end of the Sleepy Supporter Zone. Oh, Mr. Bard, a lot of people help out on this show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes too. Karl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at us down or on the website. I am the mystery bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. search and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Hannah like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thanks, Mr. Bard. Don't forget you could get sleep phones, Sleep With Me branded sleep phones at sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleep phones, and use Sleep With Me to get $5 off your order. What do you say we slow it down and get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do it the bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake. That could be thoughts out of your mind, things you're thinking about, thoughts about the past, the present, the future, thinking thoughts about, because I'm going to have to explain who Strawberry Shortcake even is. I don't know if she's current, but this will be another where Sleep With Me barely affected the algorithms, but according to the mathematical rules of science and math, Google will say 0.000000001% increase in searches for Strawberry Shortcake when that Sleep With Me episode came out. And then people said, no, the other Strawberry Shortcake, she wasn't anthropomorphized because she was a human, right? Or was she from another world? I mean, of course, that would be how I'd say, Strawberry Shortcake, it's like you're from another world. It's like I've known you my whole life, but you're from another world. I wonder if they ever thought about doing a crossover with, this would be branded, but Pillsbury Doughboy and Strawberry Shortcake. I mean, these are just free roaming. These are ideas best made free roaming. But I'll try to cover who Strawberry Shortcake is at some point when I'm distracted from introducing the podcast. This podcast is here to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff so you could fall asleep. It's here to be your friend in the deep, dark night. And it's here to help you if you're because you deserve a good night's sleep, right? You deserve a bedtime where you could get the rest you need, so your life is more manageable, the rest you need, so you could be out there, being like I don't know. I never want to say being at your best. I mean, eventually I hope you get the sleep you need so you could be flourishing, but being at your best, that was always like too much pressure for me. I'm like one of those people who say, like, be my best? No, please, no. Could I just barely try? Is that as good as it could? What's like, could you just, what if you should just say, that's what I would love to do. Make a podcast where tomorrow you could just barely try a little bit more. And the reason I make the show is because I know how it feels in the deep, dark night. That's the other reason. Not only do I believe you deserve a bedtime where you could get some rest, I know what it's like. Tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep. All that stuff. Overthinking, oh boy, do I have that. Over-talking, only on this podcast, but my mind will be talking to me a lot. Thoughts, feelings, physical sensations, whatever's keeping you awake. I'm here to keep you company because I've been there. And there's a lot of other people. The only reason I run through that stuff is so you know you're not alone. I can probably relate to how you feel, even if I haven't been through what you're going through, and even if I can't. There is someone sitting up in bed right now, and they're saying, I've been through something similar, and they're thinking about the times before they, used to sleep with me, or those times come and go. And they believe you deserve a good night's sleep, too, because they say, I know what that's like. I'm glad you're here. I really hope this podcast can help. And now, if you definitely are already positive, like you're saying, this would not, for the love of Strawberry Shortcake, in all its various forms and personalities, I can't listen to another minute of your nonsense. I mean, I literally have gotten emails like that said it in the subject line, not for the love of Strawberry Shortcake, but pretty much. Instead of doing that, I want to save you the energy. Go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. And then, because you just say, I've heard it before, for the love of blankety blank, can you please stop? This, even from super fans, I've heard stuff like that. It's okay. I mean, we're all trying to, get some sleep, but we're moody, or at least I am. But but just to save you the time, if you don't think the show will work for you, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. There's plenty of other sleep podcasts on there, but do give this show a few tries. That's just what a lot of people have said. Took a few tries for me to get used to the show and realize he was serious when he said it's always going nowhere. Yeah, so just see how it goes. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to send my voice across the deep, dark night. I'm going to use lulling, soothing, creaky, dulcet tones, pointless meanders, and superfluous tangents, which means I'm going to go off topic. I'm going to get mixed up. Then I'm going to double back. You've already seen that. And maybe I'll still try to explain who Strawberry Shortcake is. And I mean, this is just the intro to the show, but this is a podcast. It does take some getting used to. I mean, because it's just different. This is a show that if it works for you, say, oh, I have no idea. I would have never known to look for something like this. Because it's like talking to a friend. This is also a podcast you don't really listen to. You just kind of barely listen. It's just like elevated background noise that kind of drones on and on and on. You could listen to it, but you don't need to. Sorry, I don't know what I got distracted there. So this is a podcast that does take some getting used to. I think that's what I was saying. So give it a few tries, because this is a podcast that you just barely listen to, like kind of like noise in the background that you could listen to. And it's also a podcast that doesn't put you to sleep. This is a sleep podcast. There's no pressure to fall asleep. I'll be here for over an hour. And that's because I'm going to keep you company and take your mind off stuff so you could fall asleep. I'm going to be a mild distraction to take your thoughts, your feelings, your physical sensations and say, well, just listen to this odd man talk about Bring It On. Or try to follow along with the movie Bring It On. The first half of the movie Bring It On. Because I guess this is Bring It On week. I didn't send myself a memo, but it's kind of fun. And then, but there'll be a follow-up episode 2 with the second half of the movie, or I don't know, maybe it'll be a bonus show. I don't know. But so it's a podcast you don't really listen to. Doesn't put you to sleep. I'm here to be your bore friend, your bore bae, your bore sib, your bore bud, your bore bestie, your neighbor, your bore bee. Your bore friend, your friend in the deep dark night who keeps you company and takes your mind off stuff so you could fall asleep. Those are some of the things that throw people off. First, you don't like the show. You're probably skeptical or doubtful. The show doesn't put you to sleep, but you fall asleep during it. I don't really listen to, but I could listen to you. Yeah, because there's people listening who can't sleep at all or who need a break during the day. So it's listenable, but it's only kind of listenable. What else throws people off? The structure of the show definitely throws people off. And you can adjust the show as you become a regular listener. But for a new listener, let me just lay out why we do what we do and maybe how you could change that up. And this is just how the majority of people listen, but that doesn't mean that's how everyone listens. Because everybody likes to listen in a bit different way. But, we can only put out one show. So show starts off with a greeting. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I said something about boysenberries, and then I went on a tangent about that. That's kind of like a beginning so you can feel seen and welcomed in, and you say, okay, sounds barely like interesting. Maybe I'll check that out. I've heard of berries before. So, and then there's support. So the show could be free, paying for it's optional. If you don't like the ad-supported version, you could sign up for Sleep With Me Plus or our referral program. Or I guess you could skip ahead. Then after the support is the intro, which is separate from the support. And I only point that out because I don't want you to miss out on it, because the intro is really here to wind you down. It actually it's not meant to put you to sleep. There is a small percentage of people who fall asleep during it. And there's some people who listen all night, but the show is meant to, for most people, and just what's been shown to work and work for me personally is having a wind down. So the intro, which is something that most people could accomplish in 2 minutes, it takes me somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes long, where I over and under explain what the podcast is and go on and on and on. But you could listen in as you're getting ready for bed or as you're in bed getting comfortable, kind of stretching out, getting your blanket set, it takes a little while to get comfortable. This takes the pressure off that. Or you could do a wind down activity, doodle. I don't know. Like maybe, here's an idea. I've never mentioned this in the podcast before, but you could use scrap paper or like junk mail, crumble it up from your bed and shoot baskets to your like waste basket or your recycling bin. That's kind of wind down activity we could all, or Nerf hoops. I don't know. Are Nerf hoops still around? I guess that would be, you'd need a lot of Nerf balls for that, but you could have, you don't even, or something else. I mean, what about if you have a pet that likes laser pointers? You could just lay in bed listening to the intro using a laser pointer. I mean, as long as you're not pointing it outside, you could use it yourself. Like you could just that's an idea. I bet you laser pointers are pretty low cost. Not really a merch idea, but get yourself a laser pointer and make laser pointer instead of doodle. I'm not even kidding. This is not a bit either. I mean, these are things I would do to wind down. Like do a little laser pointing. I mean, I bet you nowadays laser pointers probably come in other colors too. But anyway, that's what the intro does. It goes on and on and on while you wind down. Then there's support again, and then there'll be our story. Tonight will be a watch along of a movie I never saw before, but I quoted constantly. Never saw the part of the movie I always quote. Because I had, I was listening to it on mute. I was watching it on mute, but bring it on. So it'll be good. Be nice and meandering. Yeah, I'm seeing other laser pointers in different colors and different price points. So that's great news. What was my other point? That was an accidental pun. Holy moly. I was not laser focused on my puns there. That was purposeful pun. Okay, so now what was I talking about? Laser pointer. I'm like a cat with a laser pointer. Oh, the story we'll cover bearing it on. Then there's some thank yous at the end. So yeah, if you want to adjust the show, we offer like all intro versions, story only versions, a compilation all night versions. So if this doesn't work for you, but try it a few times. This is a lot. Most people listen to the show this way. And it's nice because then you have the wind down. It sets the mood for bed. It helps you actually wind down. And then you could just barely listen to me talk about Bring It On. And that's kind of everything. But I did promise I'd talk about strawberry shortcake. So strawberry shortcake, like back in the 80s, or maybe this was definitely 80s. Everything had to be scented. That was the newest technology in children's toys, scented toys. Or scented stickers, scratch and sniff. And I'm just looking up strawberry shortcake to see, it looks like there's some stuff. What are the names of strawberry shortake's friends? Nobody named boysenberry, blueberry, raspberry, orange blossom, lemon meringue, plum pudding, and blueberry muffin. So, but strawberry shortcake was a scented doll, scented strawberry. Oh, look at this, Wikipedia. American Greetings was a greeting card character to start, then expanded to dolls, posters, and more. And franchise is owned by a Canadian television company. Currently, there was 6 animated specials, 2003 movie, and it's had some different send-ups, too. I was just wondering, Apple Dumpling is her sister, Custard's her cat, Pancakes her dog, Aunt Praline's her aunt, Cranberry Jam's her grandmother, and, there was 2009, 2010 relaunch and a 2021 relaunch. So people have probably heard of strawberry shortcake. I just want to make sure, I don't want to leave anybody out, but it looks like multiple generational Yeah, 80s, 03, 09, and 2021. And I guess my only point in there was like boysenberry, boysenberry, Barry boysenberry. But Barry boy, I say boysenberry a lot because boys and girls, when I say boys and girls fast, it sounds like boysenberry to me. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so boysenberry. Maybe I'll just start saying that. So anyway, that's Strawberry Shortcake. That's the intro to Sleep With Me. I'm glad you're here. I work really hard. So did a team of people. We really yearn and strive to help you fall asleep or to keep you company and cut through this loneliness in the deep, dark night so you know you're not alone. You got your boar bud here. And I really hope I can help. Thanks again for coming by. And here's a couple of ways we're able to do it for you for free twice a week. Sleep With Me is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. All right, everybody, Scoots here. This is a something surprising, which is called Bring It On week. I think we'll have 2 Bring It On episodes here. And I'll be watching the movie Bring It On. Oh, well, boy. And the thing I'm watching it on, I don't think I can control the speed. So this might be a 2-episode thing. I do have a couple before I hit play because it's an hour and 39 minutes. I did rent the movie on streaming. Apparently, I should have rented it on an even bigger platform because that has speed control. Because normally I would watch an hour and a half movie or hour and 40-minute movie about 1.7, and that would help us get through it. And but we'll go through it and we'll see. Maybe the speed thing will pop up. I would recommend if you haven't seen this film, it's not available like for any streaming services we're paying for. So that's unfortunate, but like you could go to your local like used movie place or a place where people donate things, and if you have a way to watch a physical like DVD or Blu-ray and support a local business, otherwise you'll have to rent it if you're in the U.S. on a streaming service. May run on cable. I don't know. I don't have cable television or like even a cable like a service that emulates that. But I'm happy to rent it. Unfortunately, I didn't use my credits from but anyway, that's me. So this is a movie, Bring It On. I've never seen it before, ever, that I know of, but I'm pretty sure ever. And so this is a little bit different than ones where I take a bunch of notes. So we're starting it off here and, we're waiting for it to begin. It's like, this thing. Okay, it's PG-13. And so we know that now. And screen is, okay, so we got, like the is it Universal movie? It is. Unfortunately, none of the Bring It On movies from the world of Bring It On are on streaming either. I wonder if they ever had a Universal Studios like show Bring It On. And the imprint is Beacon. Or whatever the thing. Okay, it starts right with cheering. RCH, and we're in the middle of a cheer competition. Oh, I didn't turn on closed captioning. Hold on. Oh, it is on, though. So, but it must be just music. Oh, no. Okay, and they're saying stuff. I'm popular, got great hair. Is this a dream sequence or a real? I don't know. I'm cool. I dominate this school. Who am I? Just guess. There's Kirsten Dunst. Let's see. Major Roar. And let's see. Oh, yeah, let's pause it and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 22 total cheerleaders. Beautiful. We're cheerleaders. We're cheerleaders. Uh-huh. And I don't know if that's Big Red. There's Whitney, Courtney, the cat, Darcy, Carver, Casey. Oh, there's Big Red. I sizzle, I scorch, I pass the torch. The ballots are in. And one person won. Now number one to Torrance. And Torrance is Kirsten Dunst. And she's strong and loud. She's going to make everybody proud. RCH high, RC high, right? Captain Torrance, let's go Toros. We are the Toros. They're doing bullhorns now. Mighty, mighty Toros. Terrific. Must be Toros. Yeah, Toros. Come on, yeah, all right. And they're begging for the cheers, calling to the audience. Okay, it is a dream sequence, I think, because like there's something seemingly happening that says, hey, you're having a dream right now. That Torrance is having a dream. And yeah, she wakes up in bed. Nancy Kerrigan poster. And then the movie starts. Universal and Beacon presents Bring It On. And okay, great. Oh, the Suzuki Samurai, I think. We talked about that in an episode. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. S. Oh, it's Aaron. Hello, Aaron. Can I help? So Aaron's in a Suzuki Samurai. Mr. and Mrs. S are in a Volvo. Torrance is coming out. Bye. Back later. Hi. Has a bag. Micro something. He says, let's not kiss, even peck cheeks in front of your parentals. But Aaron's happy to drive fast, which is interesting. Parents sigh. He's going to go to college. He's leaving for college soon, dear. Don't worry. His car is full of stuff. Oh, maybe his college stuff. Micro component. Stoked. Going to miss you. It's interesting that high school's already in session, but college hasn't started because usually college starts before high school, like in the school year. Cal State, and then he's like, maybe you'll go to Cal State, Dominguez Hills, like high school, only better. And she's kind of like, interesting. Punk rock music playing, Rancho Carne High School. Okay, then we have, oh boy, very, archetypal, like high school pull-in. We've seen in other films, different cliques. Aaron saying, hey, Grady, high-fiving people. Remember when you win captain of the cheerleading team, act surprised. And a couple other, Courtney is saying, Whitney saying, good luck, Aaron, you're our favorite cheerleader. And he's like, I got to get to school. She's like, you're not staying for the orientation? Like, or no, he has to go to orientation. She's saying, and he says, bye-bye. She says, bye-bye. They don't saying ain't no lie, baby, bye-bye-bye. Okay, then we're talking, who's going to get Captain Darcy or Courtney, Casey? We don't know. Don't put the lewd in diluted, somebody says. There's Big Red. Oh, Big Red's collecting the votes right now. Seems nonplussed. We should get Big Red a gift. Other people are like, I don't know, Big Red's not super nice, but she did a lot for this squad. She got us into cheering. No one's going to miss her tour for Torrance. Big Red has no feelings. Big Red's just a little bit hard. Then we go out to practice. And thanks in large part to me, you're all great athletes. And the new captain should keep the tradition alive. six record national six cheerleading championship is yours. And here's your new leader, Torrance Shipman. She acts surprised, jumps around, hugs all around. Now they're going to do a wolf wall. What's a wolf wall? It's a kind of thing where everybody stands up, big and britches. Okay, well, some of us haven't worked out the whole summer, but Torrance says, let's do something different for once. Let's not rest on our laurels. Maybe laurel's a good place to rest. Somebody else gives Torrance a high five. They're counting it off, practicing, imperfect. That's how practice is. Practice for a reason, right? So little, come on, stick it for me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Kick one, kick two. Oh, wow. They did one. They did it. And then, oh boy, then, we see Carver, is distracted. And Carver, everything all right? Well, oh, this is like after. So we had a sequence. Carver's like, I'm going to rest for a while. Take a break from cheering for a little while. Don't worry, I'll be back. So everybody's gathered around as Carver takes off. People are not happy with Torrance. And then we see a very nice house, Game Boy, beeping, a mother, preteen. It's Torrance's house. Mom, my brother was listening to me on the phone, Justin. She should really have her own private line, Justin says. She's growing up so fast. Justin seems a child of the 90s. I don't know if this is the 90s or the aughts. You got quite a academic schedule. Torrance says, I'm not an honor student, Mom. And she says, well, you got to make more time to study as you do to cheer. Well, those are your priorities. Well, my priorities are mine. And Mom says, well, at college, if you take extra lab or language course, it'll help you prepare for college. What do you think? Well, how about I do advanced chem? And they're in different shades of blue. So Torrance is in a lighter blue, and then Mom's in a more navy blue. I don't know if that's on purpose. And they also have a spiral staircase. Then we see some maroon Converse All-Stars, baggy jeans. Someone hands a paper to a new student from Mission Hills High School in Los Angeles, Cliff Pantone. Cliff Pantone. He does an eyebrows up, puts his headphones on. People are trying to give him a hard time. Cliff isn't worried. And he just laughs at the other guys saying, give him a hard time. And he goes, hey, did you just do the sneeze? Come on, don't you have better material? That's like the 1900s. And he goes, in Kentucky, people did it. No, they were different there. In L.A., people had attitude. So I've been around, man. You're trying to goof on me. It's not very good. But the two dudes are broing out. And Torrance says, hey, I don't think they got the memo. And he says, apparently not. He goes, I'm Cliff. I'm Torrance. Nice to meet you. Advanced chem. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Are you intimidated? So, yeah, a little bit. No, not really. So they laugh. Is that your band? No, The Clash. You haven't heard of The Clash? 1977, 1983. British punk. Original lineup. That was, she goes, very vintage. He laughs, bell rings. Got some good background acting, some extras out the window. See you later. Cliff stays in his seat. And we see kind of the jock type guys. they're giving the cheerleading guys a hard time. And they say, hey, man, why don't you guys relax? And it seems like the cheerleading guys are actually in much better shape. Then Torrance and one of the people we just met is Les. Torrance wants Celeste to be her lab partner. He's not sure. And you're a little too ambitious, Torrance, with Carver out now. And Casey sent out an email and misspelled leg with 2 G's. Carver's going to be home for 3 months. Torrance is like, oh, my bad luck. That's why you're the captain. Okay, then we're in a cheer room. SATs are over. People are talking about their SAT scores. Carver. Nationals are February 10th. Regionals are in 4 weeks. And how come Carver doesn't have to be at school? She's so lucky. We're having tryouts. We got to pick somebody. What about Whitney's sister, Janie? And, okay, but we have to see everybody. Okay, so we get a montage of cheerleading tryouts. A little Tanya Harding reference. I don't know how, I guess I already forgot, even though I just did an episode about the dates of this movie. I could look it up on my phone. Then we have someone that's kind of Gen Xing it. How many cheers do I have to memorize? Do I have to have my own uniform? Then I think it's the professor. It looks like break dancing, which is somewhat interesting. Then someone really intense, 2000, right at the turn of the millennium. So, yeah, this is a 90s-esque film. A ballet dancer. Wow, big up, so. And does have fans. Then a young woman rapping and saying, let's kick it. Okay, then someone giving a Broadway performance in a turtleneck. Let's look back here. Excuse me, what's with the song? Isn't this the audition for Pippin? It's pretty funny. No. Okay, then we have someone dancing a little bit to 90s metal, I think glam metal, and a little bit too interactive of a dance for cheerleading. And someone falls out of their seat, and I think we're good. Okay, then someone that's like a little bit young, I think the other girl's sister, she's kind of a little bit robotic, I'll be honest. Definitely cheery, but a little bit robotic. And then we go back through some of the other ones. Thank you. So this is, montage. Good, though. Effective. Okay, then the door closes and someone struts all the way across the floor. Attention is up. Keys on the belt. Where'd you park your Harley? Get real. Tattoos are forbidden. Sorry. She smiles. Addresses her middle finger on her tattoo. It's only drawn on. It was bored during 4th period. Can you fill out one of these forms? Already did. Is there ever already been brought in this movie? Maybe I was wrong about that. The whole reason we did 2 episodes or 3 episodes. Missy, okay. We're going to have to make sure you can do a standing back ruck or truck or something. Standard procedure, okay? Okay, Misty, is that it? Misty empties her pockets, does 1, 2, I don't know, like a roll and then a flip. How can you cheer? Let's try an oldie. Awesome, ow, wow, it's totally freaked me out. Right on. Toros are sure number 1. She goes, I transferred from Los Angeles. Your school has no gymnastics team. This is a last resort. That's her cheer. Okay, so I've never cheered before, but does it take neurons? And she goes, do it. Front handspring, step out, back handspring, step out, round off, twisting layout or something. She just laughs. She says, okay. And she walks to the back of the gym. There's banners everywhere. And we get building anticipation, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a flip. Turns, stares at them. Holy moly, Missy is bankrupt. We already decided on Jamie, my sister. Courtney, this is not a democracy. Torrance says, I'm overruling you. Being like a cheerleading dictator, we voted, and they kind of try to trash Missy. Missy goes out. Torrance is like, I'm the captain, Courtney. I'm pulling rank. You can fall in line or not. If we're going to be the best, we need the best. And they kind of stare at her. Torrance runs up some stairs to a door. Her fists are clenched. She rings a doorbell, so I'm assuming this is Missy's house. And who answers the door? Cliff? Hello. I'm a cheerleader. Yeah. Or you're a cheerleader? Yeah. Oh, because she's still dressed in her cheerleading thing. Okay. So does Missy live here? She moved back to LA. Something about evil, cheerleaders that aren't nice. Can you get her? Missy comes to the door. What do you want? I want you on our cheer squad. And people don't, people are like afraid of the unfamiliar in high school. And she goes, I'm a hardcore gymnast. I don't want to say go cheer, go team, go. Look, we're gymnasts too. Just no beam, no bar, no vaults. Not interested. Cliff says, hey, I thought it was interesting. I like Torrance's point of view. How do you even know her? We're old friends. And then she says, what about cheerleading competition? And by the way, so this is Cliff and Missy's house. There's an amazing view at the back of the hills. There's going to be people cheering cheerleaders. Yeah, that's right. And we're really good, Missy. And we work hard. We have fun. We win. And you can be a part of it. And sassy, man, her brother says. And you get to care about something. She's not a real cheering type, though. And she goes, yeah, you know what? Count me in. And then we have Missy's watching the first practice. Birds cold in here is a cheer. Must be some toros in the atmosphere. Birds cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere. Something gets Missy's attention, though. Cold as ice, ice, ice. Missy's uncomfortable. She's watching. She's making some sort of connection. And she gets up to leave. Where are you going? This is one plot point. Practice isn't over yet. Nice job, Torrance. And she leaves. Now Torrance is looking for her. Some of the other girls are really totally. But Torrance says, what's up with you? I went out on a limb for you. She goes, what about those stolen cheers? Our cheers are original. Count the trophies. Well, not true, because that's just not true. You're not. And she goes, okay, get out of it. Let's talk about it. Let's dance off. And then she goes, okay, I'll dance off with you, but it's going to be, you're in for a rude awakening. Why don't we go for a ride instead in my car? For real, get in my car. It's also a statue of somebody, but we don't see, I don't know if it was the first Toro. Missy thinks about it. They're in a Volvo, what are those called? A BU to the G. This must have been the 2000 when these were new again. They're still going. 102 miles to Los Angeles. Now we're in a gym with the Clovers, which we knew about. Clovers are getting ready. Isis is at the head of the cheer, and she goes, Bert's cold in here. Just like the last cheer. Bert's cold in here. Must be clovers in the atmosphere. Bert's cold in here. There must be clovers in the atmosphere. And let's see if I can get an angle where I can count if there's 22 or more cheers here. I don't have a good angle, but now Torrance is watching with Missy. Holy moly. Our cheers were taken without permission. And she's like, oh no. And we still haven't got a full wide shot. Clovers also have a mascot. Well, yeah, still not a full wide shot though. Okay, more dancing, more cheering. And they close out their cheer. And now we go back to Torrance's reaction. Tears in the eyes. She and Missy leave the school. And it's like, oh boy, oh no. Then Isis and a couple other cheers say, hey, enjoy the show. And Torrance says, you're really good. You ready to share your trophies, or can you Buffy's head home? And Missy says, hey, we're not here to argue with you, really. And you're just here to take our cheers. And they said, well, the redhead was videotaping our cheers and stealing our routines. And then we would see you on ESPN. And Missy goes, oh boy, cold, like the cheer we just did, cold in here. And you're not going to be able to take our cheers anymore. And, you're just taking our cheers, repurposing it without our permission. And it's going to change this year because we're going to nationals this year. So just hand over the videotape from tonight. We don't have any tape. We came to see the show. And really, but they're not going to have a dance-off. Because Isis says we have class. Unlike them, we're inventive in creating our own cheers. And Torrance says we didn't know where your cheers were taken. And Isis seems to believe it. Then another one of the cheerleaders says, you could have been touched by an angel. And then Missy's like, wow, I knew I saw those routines before. That's East Compton High. And Missy's like, you had no idea? And then Torrance is like, no, I didn't. My whole cheerleading career has been a lie. Missy says, look on the bright side, it's only cheerleading. And Torrance says, I am only cheerleading. This is my thing. Maybe I'm, super unlucky, cursed even. Why is that, Missy says. Okay, well, at cheer camp this past summer, all the new seniors had to do a dare and take the spirit stick. You can never let it drop on the ground. Torrance Shipman, your mission, should you accept it, is to capture the spirit stick and drop it in front of the camp. And Torrance is like, really? So then we see Torrance moving in slow motion. That was Big Red doing it. And these are cheerers from all over, I think. They're watching her slow motion, cheer sticks under light. And Torrance is congratulating and pretending she's going to take a picture. She grabs a cheer stick, spirit stick, sorry. And it goes to hand it to the, somebody at the front, and then drops it. Everybody tries to catch it, but it hits the floor. And Big Red laughs. Torrance bows down and says, here. And they say, we don't want it now. It's only the person that drops it who is super unlucky now. Missy's laughing back at the car. That's a flashback. It's just like a cheerleading nonsense. People drop stuff. It's okay. They continue to drive. Exterior shot, interior shot. Torrance into her kitchen, rushing in. I got to call somebody. Her brother's like, normally I'd be on the other line. Her brother needs something. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's just giving her a hard time. Okay, so Torrance is down. She's on a landline, a wireless landline. She calls Aaron. Says, tell him Torrance called. And then Torrance is back, meeting with the cheer team, telling them what happened with Big Red. Can't believe this. And Ignorami sobbing out loud. We can't go to regionals with a stolen routine. We can't change the routine now. It's too late. Seriously, duh. And then one person says, how are they going to prove it? And Missy says it would be cheating. And some people are like, I don't care. We learned that routine fair and square. So we did the work. We can't be punished for Big Red's mistake. It's not about cheating. It's about winning. Someone says, who's in favor of winning? She raised her hand. Most of the rest of the squad raises their hand. Now it's boy, this is a good story point, actually. I didn't think this would, and then she looks at Missy. There's no time, Missy. If we don't do the routine, we've got nothing else. Are you in or not? Well, I really like this. This is really mature storytelling because they're really doing something. Missy says, whatever. Like Torrance and Missy seem like they're going to go along with it. I like this a lot. Missy's still trying to get a hold of Aaron. Her brother's playing, I don't know, PlayStation 1 maybe? PlayStation 2? She tries calling Aaron, not here, bye. Someone hangs up. She can't believe it. And there's a Jeopardy joke. And making fun of Aaron. And brothers, I mean, I can't believe this is only 23 years ago. This is like, wow, he even calls this, wow. Okay, then we see a SUV, like a Jeep with fake wooden sides. Pull up to Missy's house. Missy's in her cheer gear for the first time, I guess. Everybody's like, what? And Missy's actually having fun. She's cheering in her front door. Everybody's like having fun. She's laughing. Okay. Can I stay at your house tonight? Yeah, sure. My parents are going to be at a benefit. They won't be home till early. All the cheerleaders in the world wouldn't help our football team. It's wrong to even cheer for them. And everybody comes to see the cheers anyway, so. And they talk about some mature stuff in a cool way, like, but very high school language. Okay, so we get to the football game, and the crowd's barely cheering. They have an announcer. They have a band. Football team comes out on the field. Everybody's clapping. They knock over the water. But they have the 5-time cheering champions, Mighty Toros. And they come out trying to get the crowd into it. And everybody gets up when the cheerleaders come out onto the track. They're saying, come on, everybody. And let's hear it. So they're just doing the basic crowd warm-up cheering. Missy's never done this before. Missy's actually scanning the crowd and saying, come on. And Torrance is like, come on, Missy. So Missy's trying. Cliff is in the audience laughing at his sister. Come on, Toros. Yeah, woo-woo. And everybody starts cheering. Come on. And Missy's starting to have fun. So we're seeing some character development with Missy. Cliff's shaking his head. He's reading. I didn't see the book as fast. I wasn't fast, so maybe we'll see it again. All right, now we're getting into a formal, like, break time cheering. And the football players are going back and forth, disagreeing. Oh, and then there's like a big disagreement between the football players before the game even started. And then they're cheering. There's a cheer off, like where they're like, your team is not very good. Hey, that's all right. That's okay. Like, you're gonna pump our gas someday. And then they say, okay, like that's not very nice. Talk about thinking you're superior. Okay, then we watch the football game, and their football team is not very good. So, there's not a lot of success. It's only 14-0 though, which is in football is like, I don't know, in high school football. Oh, there's a fumble. 4:50 left in the third quarter. 34-0 now. Okay. Costa Mesa. Work. Let's move it around. Come on, defense. Work. Then Cliff starts to see everybody reacting to the cheers. Like that's actually, and you think him and Whitney kind of have a connection. And, I don't know, something else off that I'm not picking up between some of the cheers. And they go back and forth, go Toros. Okay. Cliff is like kind of spellbound. Oh, and they say, okay, like, what? I thought you were still dating Aaron. What's up with this Cliff guy? And Torrance says, what are you talking about? And they say, you're cheering just for Cliff. Come on, Torrance, we know. Okay, then Isis comes out with a couple of members of her cheer team, and they're going to watch. So again, this is another good moment in the story development. And Whitney who's that, Torrance and Whitney? Is that Wendy? I don't know. And they see that Isis and the Clovers are in there. So then Isis and the Clovers, they start cheering from the crowd, the same cheer that's been stolen. Go Toros, go Toros, go Toros, go Clovers, go Clovers, go Clovers. So it's kind of like a cheer off with the same cheer, though. And our cheers are without peer. But that looks like our cheer. Excuse us. And the audience is confused, but obviously, let's see. If we have to start over, Courtney's like, if we have to start over, I quit. That's 42-0. That's the game. Whoever wants to do a new routine, raise your hand. Even the crowd members raise their hand. And, I don't know. Then there's disagreements, from the football players, and they're like, you didn't even win, man. Okay, then we have Torrance and Whitney. Is it Whitney? They're kind of talking post-cheer. Well, we gotta do something. And then it was weird. She says, go brush your teeth. So I guess this is where, like, she goes to the bathroom. It's down the hall. Of course, she passes Cliff, on her way to the bathroom to brush her teeth. Oh no, she's like, looks in Cliff's room. He's got a Ramones poster. He's playing the guitar. Who else does he have? Looks like the Cramps. Who else? RETC. And Cliff's really rocking out, the Vents, she's laughing at him, and then she goes, oh, what are you doing? Then, so Torrance gets caught watching Cliff play guitar. She says, where's the bathroom? Right there. Okay. And Whitney's like, interesting. So she goes into her brother's room, and he's like, yeah, I'm rocking out. And she goes, it's not funny, dude. Okay, then Torrance is brushing her teeth. Cliff drinks out of the faucet. He starts brushing his teeth, but he's trying to do it comedically. She's like awkward. So this is like where you're brushing your teeth and flirting at the same time. Now they're competitively brushing their teeth. I don't know. Cliff's brushing a little bit too fast. She doesn't want. She covers her mouth when she spits because she does another round brushing. He's on his third brush and spit. Okay, she goes to his third. He goes to a fourth. So now we got a brush off. She gets to her fourth. He stops on his fifth spit and wipes his face, heads out. She smiles as he leaves. She goes into the spare bedroom, I guess. No, she's in with her and Missy. Or is that Missy? I don't know. She says good night, but Missy's awake. Rolls over. She says, "Do you like my brother?" She goes, "No, I have a boyfriend." Missy rolls back over. And then Torrance is like, obviously, then we do like a fade to Cliff. He's clearly thinking. He's got his hands on his pillow behind his head. And then we got Matchbox 20. Oh, so Aaron's bands are much more 90s, Sugar Ray and Matchbox 20. He wakes up. Tor, is that you? Yeah, where have you been? I was trying to call you. She's calling from Whitney or Wendy's room. Aaron, Reds took our routines from the East Hampton Clovers, or East Compton Clovers. So Red took our cheers from the East Compton Clovers. Do you know? Of course I didn't know. It's not a big deal, though. Everybody uses everybody's material. And she's like, yeah, no, but we can't be in regionals with a taken thing. We need a new routine. Oh, it's no problem. Just hire a choreographer, Aaron says. Choreographer? That's not in the rules. Sparky Polestri knows what we're doing. 555-7219 is the number. Thanks, Aaron. We also see Aaron's not exactly a good boyfriend. He has a Hootie and the Blowfish poster, too. And she says we should hire then she's using the phone without permission. Calls for Sparky Polestri. It's $2,000. What do I look like? ATM, somebody says. And they say, what about your father? Maybe he could sponsor things. Well, we need she goes, I could get $500. Okay, we need 1,500 more. So then they do a car wash at the Marlin Club. And it's $15 per car. And it's kind of like a rockin' car wash. There's music. It's filmed. This one's filmed in, what do you call it? Like a camcorder style. So, and the kids are having fun, washing cars and joking around. Then Cliff comes. He's in an F Train shirt, and he's kind of doing a slow walk towards a car, classic car. And his sister's like, you can either pay to have your car washed for $15 or not. And she goes, hey, Torrance, can you come over here and help me deal with my brother? And Cliff says, I always wished I had a brother. And then Torrance says, ha, ha, ha. Well, I have one. It's not so great. And she goes, his car's totally covered from top to bottom in mud. And she goes, yeah, it shouldn't take too long to wash. So they go back and forth, kind of joking. Okay, then we're back at the gym waiting for Sparky Polestri. Okay, then we see some boots come in. lace up in the back boots. I'm assuming Western music is playing, but maybe not. A couple suitcases get dropped, or one gets dropped. Sparky's got a goatee. Oh, it's a boombox. Kicks on the music. Prepare for total domination. Sparky rises. You ready for this? Sparky starts doing a routine. And it's a little bit comedic, but he's very skilled at moving. He only does the opening part of the routine. The teens are stunned. Then he brushes them off the stage, and he doesn't speak, and he says no speaking, and walks around. And then he goes, some of you got to strengthen up your ankles. And he kind of just starts criticizing everybody. Makeup, too much, not enough. Vitamin D, sunlight. You got to try smiling, no smiling. And he's kind of dissecting everybody. Gets to Torrance. You're the captain, huh? And you'll probably need more work than everybody. No speaking again. No speaking. No thinking. Listen and learn. Then he goes back out to the middle of the thing. Kind of looks a bit like, well, anyway, he says, I'm a choreographer. He turns around. You are cheerleaders. Those are like you're not quite dancers. You're a subset of dancing. I'm going to turn your robotic routines into poetry written with the human body. All right, follow me, everybody. No one's happy. And he goes, he's again offering like a little bit intense. Then they're doing some ballet stretching. So this is kind of like your training sequence. So it's not a montage. And he goes, yeah, we're going to teach you how to get up high in the air. And we're going to get back to work. He's like swinging his towel around. And then now we're still in the training sequence where people are getting lifted up. And not quite successful. And aren't you glad they caught like our teamwork? Nobody likes this guy. Now they're doing some slow-mo jazz hands. But they're a little bit more in sync. And spirit fingers, which is kind of like jazz hands with cheerleading. And he's like, come on, I want more, I want more. He's kind of showing them what they're doing, but, with more personality. You want to feel the gold of the spirit. Then we go outside for like a practice thing. So Missy and Torrance are practicing. I didn't sign up to do spirit fingers practicing. And she's like, oh, no, all is lost. Maybe that's the best place. Oh, yeah. So then she sits on a swing and the moment where she needs someone to say everything's going to be okay, which will be when Cliff when Cliff comes to see where the turning point. We're at the exact halfway point, pretty much. So will the love of Torrance and Cliff blossom? Will it change the course of their thing? I don't know. We'll find out on the next and final installment of Watch and Bring It On for the first time. Bring it on. Good night, everybody. All right, I just want to thank everybody that became a Sleep With Me supporter or Sleep With Me Plus supporter or moved over from Patreon. Joe, Max, and Jessica, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Daniel, Amy, and Mads, thank you. Thanks, and good night. Catherine, Penelope, and Lucy, Thank you. Thanks, and good night. Freya, Michelle, and Brad. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. David, Caroline, and Angela. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. Bridget, Colin, and Shelley. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. Courtney, Emma, and Melissa. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. Kirsten, Eva, and Lana. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. Danielle, Evan, and Brian. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. And Laura, Shannon, and Lester. Thank you. Thanks, and good night. Thanks to everybody who supports the show directly on Sleep With Me Plus or supported it in the past on Patreon or supports the show on Apple Podcasts. We couldn't do without all of you. And everybody that supports our sponsors and shares about that or supports the show by spreading the word about the podcast, especially those people in the referral program. It's powerful, and it's how we're here, be able to be here for you and everybody else. And here's either Scoot's asking for support or Tuck You In sponsor, and that's one of the many ways that I've just gone through. That there's over 600. There's 601 episodes right now, ad supported for free for anybody to listen to. So thanks. All right, everybody, this is Scooter. This is Weeks in Review, and this is where I run through my Weeks in Review stuff, what was on Sleep With Me Plus in the past month, and what you can expect to see on in the public feed too. Now, I have if you sign up for Sleep With Me Plus or you're already signed up for Sleep With Me Plus, I highly recommend using a podcast app that allows search within the feeds, but using just one podcast app for Sleep With Me Plus content only. And then keeping your other podcasts, your daytime podcasts, in whatever app you use now. And I would just check out a couple podcast apps you could choose from on Apple are Overcasts, iCatcher, Pocket Casts. And on Android, you could try out Pocket Casts or Podcast Addict. For this example, I have the only thing I have in my app is I think this is I think this is the Boar Friends level. I have 4 podcasts, the ad-free full episodes, the story-only episodes, and nothing in Sleep With Me Plus has ads except for the really old episodes in the archives. We got the story-only versions of the show, the all-intro, all-night versions of the show, and then the bonus episodes. So let's start with the bonus episodes, actually. So Saturday, a new Posty episode came out. It was one that Russell loved, and that came out, and that's in the bonus feed. You know, some people like listening to the Posty Super Deluxe episodes during the day. Some people sleep to them. And, so that one is in the bonus feed. And then looks like we got a bonus coming out for Boar Besties and Boar Friends on Thursday of this week, which is April 15th when I'm recording this. And then we have another Posty Super Deluxe came out a couple weeks ago. That was a picnic lunch with Scooter. And that's in the bonus feed. And that makes just so much easier for those of you that don't like automate your playlist or anything, just to kind of build and choose how you want to listen. Let's pop into all intro, all night episodes. I know an all-intro episode is coming out this Thursday. Last Thursday was Make Great Pets, Season 1, Part 2, almost 6 hours. It's about the max length we can get and have a good file size. So that was like 7 episodes of Make Great Pets. April 3rd, all-intro episode came out. And then we had... March is that bonus episodes. There was another all-intro episode. So that's in the all-intro, all-night feed. And again, like so much easier, like these all-intros. Is that what everything that's in there? 277 episodes split between so if you love all-intros, I bet 200 of those are all-intros, maybe even more. And then in the both in the story-only episode feed and then in the all ad-free feed, Let's run through the new episodes. Bring It On week started last week. So we had 12:54 was our first watch along where I watched half of the movie Bring It On. Wednesday was 12:53. Ben Broughton, the Crayon Rambler. That was one of those episodes that had an intro. They said I should make an episode based on this intro. Went to make an episode based on the intro, and it went in even another direction of what if there was an RPG game based on the movie Bring It On, which led me to figure out I never watched Bring It On. Let me learn more. Then I ended up watching Bring It On. Then April 7th was our Alba Salix, like we're getting ready, big announcement if I haven't made it anywhere. We're going to do 3 seasons of a crossover with Alba Salix. So that's cool. So, yeah, like that's something we're looking forward to doing. And, yeah, that was episode 1 of that. Or that was the one we did originally. Then 12:52 was the finale of the Great British Bake Off. And episode 10. Then Multiplex 5, Tiki Transistor Hut. That was a good one. 12:50, one of my favorite episodes probably in the past few years, a Wildy Wonka tour that came out of like some news articles about the experience. And I said, this has got to be an episode. And that will be a series. I mean, like a recurring thing. Then Great British Bake Off, episode 9, Patissier. And Multiplex episode 4. And then we're back to our last audio news. So it's everything. Again, if you ever need support at supercast.com is there to help you. So if you're listening to this episode, I'm assuming you're not like, you don't need support, but if you do. And the other thing is like, yeah, this is my main way to communicate. I learned this on Patreon. Most people just don't read their emails from Supercast or from me, and most people aren't on our Discord or follow our social media. And so these messages are how the majority of supporters get their information. I do it in a sleepy voice because there's like, I put it at the end of the free show too. But, yeah, like, this is a kind of key way, but these episodes are easy to skip, especially if you're just using one podcast app, right, and building your playlists from that podcast app. So, yeah, thanks, everybody, for supporting the show. Reach out if you have any feedback at sleepingmepodcast.com. If you need support at supercast.com. And good night.